Jets Bills. We got to preview this game. Jets are 6.5-point dogs at home. Buffalo coming off that incredible Sunday night win. Josh Allen threw for 290 yards, I think, or 275 yards in the fourth quarter alone. It was something insane like that.
251, I think it was.
250.
Yeah,
That's
251,
insane
yeah.
in the fourth quarter alone. Look, the Jets have had some success against the Bills in recent history. The Bills have also blown up. Here at MetLife. But the Jets have also caused a ton of turnovers in Josh Allen's career. You think he's got the most in his career versus the Jets. So what's the key matchup here? What are you watching, Coz, for this weekend that's going to help determine this game?
Quincy Williams is the guy for me, right? Because I think Josh Allen is just so dangerous when he gets out running. Can Quincy bottle him up a little bit? He's the guy who has the speed on the Jets defense to go sideline to sideline and sort of just be that patroller. Can Quincy do a little better in pass coverage? Because everyone's talking about the secondary. The linebackers were not good in coverage either on Sunday. So they're going to need that to kind of take the intermediate game away from Josh Allen. So I'm looking at Quincy Williams. And like you said, I wrote about the other day, he has 16 passing touchdowns and 11 interceptions against the Jets. He also has 7 lost fumbles against the Jets. If you compare it, I think the Dolphins, he has like 35 or 38 touchdowns against the Dolphins and 7 interceptions. So like that's a comparable team to me that he's played the same number of times as the Jets. He hasn't really killed the Jets in game. He's killed the Jets in that he's dominated the division, and the Jets always seem to have bad moments against the Bills, particularly in Orchard Park more than here. But yeah, so I think I'm looking at can Quincy Williams bottle him up a little bit and not let him run all over them.
That's a good one. Frankie, what's your key matchup here?
Well, for me, it's a coaching matchup. So piggybacking a bit off of Coz, it's Steve Wilks' defense as a whole versus Joe Brady's offense. Now, I looked into the Bills' offense a little bit the last couple days, and they're running some really unique things out there. They're getting their running backs open in space. They like Ty Johnson up that wheel route. They were using Keon Coleman a ton. They still have Khalil Shakir, who's a really good weapon across the middle. Now they got Joshua Palmer in there who gives them some value. And Dalton Kincaid looked very good for Buffalo, as did Jackson Hawes. So they have a slew of kind of like up-and-coming weapons that haven't nearly developed out, but it's Josh Allen, who people think is the best quarterback in football. What does Steve Wilks do to stop him? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I know if we did what we did last week with Old Man Rivers, they call him, and DK Metcalf, we're going to have a problem. I didn't even bring up James Cook, who didn't have a great game last week, but you know what he can do on the ground. He's a tough runner up the middle and he's got some solid vision. I don't know what the Jets defense has to do. I don't have the answer, but Steve Wilks better come up with something, because the last thing you want to do is give up 35 to 40 points against Buffalo and expect this offense to bail you out. And I can't believe I'm actually saying that, honestly. But they got to stop. They got to stop that offense.
It feels like a big game from Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson has to happen. Those two guys are going to be chasing down Josh a lot.
Yep.
And it's about getting him down to the ground too. You can't you can't let him run past and escape the pocket and make plays downfield. That's again, big matchup there. For me, it's what you guys talked about earlier. It's Breece and Braylon running the ball against this Bills defense. If Ed Oliver's out, it helps the Jets big time. I like the fact that the Bills could not stop the run at all against the Ravens. But be careful, because they'll also get costly turnovers in the right time. We saw how the Ravens had a costly turnover at the end of the game, which pretty much cost them the game. Same thing happened to the Jets here against the Steelers. So the running backs got to hold on to the ball. I'm looking forward to seeing how Breece and Braylon can get loose, make some big plays downfield, and make explosive runs from this Jets offense, because I think they can truly run the ball against this Bills defense.
Yeah, and what was the record?
Should point out, guys, too, the defense, they did a great job against the run. Sunday.
Yeah.
Right, we focused a lot because they were not good against the pass, but they really did. And run defense was something we were watching coming off of last year. They did a very good job against the run. Pittsburgh couldn't run the ball at all on Sunday.
And did you see the Jets' record? I think in their history, they only lost one game where they scored as many points as we did last week. And
yeah, the Garrison. Well, yeah, it was scored as many points. It was
time of possession, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
It was the Garrison Hurst game.
Yep.
Week 1 of 1998. Yeah. It was the conference game.
So,
which Aaron Glenn was at too.
Yeah, he was.
All right, let's do some over-unders, and then we're going to do some picks. Justin Fields, 187.5 passing yards.
I'm switching. I'm going under now.
Okay.
I don't know why, because,
of Josh Reynolds. The one catch for 15 yards is going to hurt
go
you?
Under.
Kaz?
187.5. I'll go over.
Kaz says over.
Then that's a win for Kaz again.
We'll see. Justin Fields, 43.5 rushing yards.
Over.
Yeah, I'll go over as well.
Okay, let's switch over to Josh Allen, 231.5 pass yards.
Way over.
Over. Yeah, I'm going over.
That might boost up now because of the Sauce injury. Josh Allen, 33.5 rush yards.
It's good.
It's a good number.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to go over. I think he's going to bust one out.
I'll go under.
Breece Hall, 57.5 rushing yards.
Wow. I'm going over that one.
Yeah, over.
That's a low number, isn't it? I mean, I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah.
They don't see
know?
the Jets doing
what
much.
does
it
Vegas
seems like with these
know?
over-unders.
Breece Hall, 18.5 receiving yards.
Over. 18.5?
18.5.
Yeah. It's so obvious. I'm going to go over too.
All right, let's switch over to the receivers. Garrett Wilson, 59.5 receiving yards.
That's good. I'm going to go under. I went under on passing. I'll go under here
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
I same logic. I have to go over because I went over on Fields.
So you're saying over?
Over, yeah. Garrett has to.
Frankie has under, and then
Yep.
right now Keon Coleman's is at 44.5 receiving yards. That could change of Sauce, but that's what we got, 44.5 receiving yards.
Over.
Yeah, over, I agree.
All right, fellas, that's a lot of overs, which means we're going to have some offense happening on Sunday, which I'm excited for. Now let's pick the game. Jets, 6.5-point dogs at home. Like I said, I'll start off with Frankie, and then I'll go to Kaz, and then I'll finish up.
All right, guys. I've been thinking a lot about this. Had a little bit of a weird train ride today, by the way, but I don't want to get into that at all. But on the train ride, you know what somebody said? Randomly, I just heard it. Go Jets. So you know what? I'm sticking with it. Go Jets. I think the Jets are going to take this on Sunday. I have a feeling that the Buffalo defense is not good this year. I don't like their defensive coordinator much at all, Bobbish, and I really think that Tanner Engstrand's going to have their number all day. The Jets coming off a bad loss in a game that I don't care what anybody tells me, guys, they should have won. So I think they're going to come out and they want to win this game, and they almost have to win this game. So I just think it's ours. And I don't think Buffalo played as good as people think. I know they're rah-rahing everywhere, and they're number one in power rankings because they beat Baltimore. They didn't play good until the fourth quarter. They got gashed up. I think we're going to beat them at home, and we have their number at home, so I have no reason to not believe it. I think our guys get home. Jermaine and Will McDonald, like we spoke about. Quinnen's looked really good. Steve Wilkes, don't let me down, my man. And
you got a score?
Yeah. Score prediction, 37-34.
Another high-scoring game.
High-scoring one. Jets are going to score a lot of points.
By the way, all of us Jets fans, you guys should probably know, we all went 0-1. We all picked the Jets to beat the Steelers last week. Kaz, what do you got, man?
Fool me once, Ryan. Fool me twice, shame on me. I am not taking the Jets this week to win this game. However, I do think 6.5 is too much. I think it's going to be close. These games at MetLife have been good the last few years. They not so much when they go to Buffalo, but the games at MetLife have been good games for the most part in recent years. They beat them a couple times, 2022, 2023. So I'm going to go Bills 31, Jets 30.
That's a good score.
Jets. All right. I'm on the same boat as Kaz. I think the Jets can't win this game. I don't think they're good enough to hang in with the Bills offense. I think maybe we'd see a step back from this Jets offense this week in terms of production. And I just, now with the Sauce injury, concerns me even more. I don't think their secondary can hang in with those guys. Keon Coleman actually looks like maybe a breakout receiver this year. And Josh Allen has that Superman look in his eyes right now, and he just plays like Superman on the field. And I could see them driving down the field at the end of the game, winning it at the end. So I got Bills 27, Jets 20. They're going to cover.
Let me ask.
Cover.
Yep.
Are we doing it against the spread, Ryan?
No, just straight up bets here. Yeah.
Let me say something to you guys. Rationally speaking, based on history and what we know with this Jets franchise, I agree with you guys for the most part in that sentiment. But what if things are different now? What if this offensive line is different now? What if Tanner Engstrand, who actually is different, not what if, he is different, excuse me. It might be a different Jets team. This might be a different Jets offense altogether. That's why I said Steve Wilks kind of worries me a bit because I don't really trust that defense and some of his scheming, and Glenn to a degree there too. But what if the offense is just completely different? That Buffalo defense, guys, looked so bad against Baltimore that why can't they bully them like we were texting about during the game? Why can't Justin Fields and Tanner scheme guys open across the middle? I'm having faith that it could happen for one more week. I'm trying to convince myself here clearly, but
how's the Jets offense going to stop Josh Allen?
That's what
He's Superman. He's Superman right now.
I mean, they're not. I don't think they will. I really don't.
So
I think they need to.
You have to outscore them then.
I think they do, Coz.
The Ravens
hope for a
did their
turnover
best
too.
last week and couldn't do it. And the Ravens, Jets offense might be better. They're not the Ravens offense right now. And so I don't know. I think it's too much to ask right now. He's playing out of his mind. And we can do a whole podcast on the decision in 2018 to not draft him.
Oh yeah.
Because I read the other day, I mean, to me, like, you can play that game every year and say, they should have taken Mahomes or should have taken Lamar. But the Josh Allen one, to me, he went 4 picks after Sam Darnold and he's in your division. Like, that's Marino O'Brien, but it's even worse because O'Brien at least was a good quarterback for a while for the Jets. But this is, it's Josh Allen's my answer, Frankie. Like, it might be different. I just think he's different right now. I think he's elevated his game in the last couple years here where he's just he's tough.
Yeah.
He'll throw us a few balls, though. We know that. And we saw that this past week. We couldn't get him, and we had no turnovers again. They're going to need a turnover or two to win this game, guys.
That's what most of the time it comes down to
You're right.
to plays
Most of the
like
time
that.
it is like
You got to
that.
have the turnovers.